Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nura Hazwani binti Kamarul Hadi and I'm from SR243 to S18 and I would like to talk about dietary carbohydrate for health and exercise. What is carbohydrate? Carbohydrate is an organic compound that contains carbon, hydrogen and also oxygen. There's three types of carbohydrate, which is simple carbohydrate, digestible complex carbohydrate, and the third one is non-digestible complex carbohydrate. I will explain to you what is the first type of carbohydrates. The first type of carbohydrate is actually a simple carbohydrate, which is sugar. So, under simple carbohydrate, there's two types of simple carbohydrates, which is monosaccharides and also disaccharides. What is monosaccharides? Monosaccharides is actually a single sugar molecules, and under monosaccharides, there's three types of single sugar molecules, which is glucose, fructose, and galactose. Where you want to find the glucose, so you can find it in starchy foods, fruits, and also vegetables. What about fructose? You can find it in sweets, honey, and also fruits. The last one is galactose, you can find in milk. For the second type of simple carbohydrate is disaccharides. What is disaccharide? Disaccharide is actually a form by two sugar molecules, and under disaccharides has three types of two sugar molecule, which is maltose, sucrose, and lactose. We'll go to the next type of carbohydrate, which is complex carbohydrates. So, what is complex carbohydrate, which is starch? Complex carbohydrate is a form of more than two sugar molecules. This is focused on oligosaccharides and also polysaccharides. What is oligosaccharide? Oligosaccharide is a short carbohydrate chain of 3 to 10 sugar molecules. Next is polysaccharide. Said just now, oligosaccharide is a short chain of carbohydrate, but polysaccharide is not a short, it's a long carbohydrate chains of monosaccharide. In polysaccharide also has two, which is glycogen and dietary fibers, which is non-digestible complex carbohydrate. Glycogen, animal starch, as the glucose stored in human cells, and it forms by long, highly branched chains of glucose molecule. Do you know that glycogen is stored inside skeletal muscle for 60%, while in the liver in 40%? What about dietary fiber, which is non-digestible complex carbohydrate? It's fiber. Dietary fiber is found in whole grain, cereal, fruits, and also vegetables. Fiber is made out of the indigestible parts or compounds of plants, which is passed relatively unchanged through our stomach and intestine. Actually, fiber is mainly a carbohydrate. The main role of fiber is to keep the digestive system healthy. The example for dietary fibers is fruits, vegetables, legumes, and the whole grains, similar to starch but not digested in human tract. The common types of dietary fibers is cellulose, hemicellulose, pectin, gums, and also mucilages. So let's move on to the next, which is importance of nutrients for health. Do you know what is the importance of carbohydrate for health? Let's find out together. The first one is storing glucose as a glycogen. The second one is storing glucose for energy. This is the important part. It preferred fuel for brain, RBC, nervous system, fetus, and fat metabolites. The third one is sparing body protein. Dietary carbs spare body protein from being broken down and it's used to make glucose. The last one is preventing ketosis. So, Ketosis is a metabolic state that occurs when your body burns fat for energy instead of glucose. When fat provides fuel for cells, cells require a small amount of carbs to break down fats and also release energy. When no carbs available, liver produces ketone bodies. Too much ketone in the blood will become ketosis, and it can cause starvation, diabetes mellitus, chronic alcoholism. Recommendation for carbohydrate intakes for general is contribute 55 to 70% of daily calorie for individual age more than 2 years, and diet of 2000 kilocalorie per day, and also 275 to 300 gram carbohydrates per day. And for information, for individuals, 50 to 100 grams of carbo daily to prevent ketosis. Meanwhile, recommendation of carbohydrate intakes for athletes is they have to eat 50 to 70% of total energy as carbs with a variety of natural carbs food sources including fruits, vegetables and their juice, as well as whole grain products and low-fat dairy foods. Next, we move to the carbohydrate loading. For information, carbohydrate loading, also known as glycogen loading, carbo loading, muscle glycogen supercompensation. Carbohydrate loading is a strategy used by endurance athletes such as marathoners and also triathletes to maximize the storage of glycogen in the muscle and the liver. Carbohydrate loading is generally recommended for endurance events lasting longer than 90 minutes. And it's not suitable for sport involving jumping, sprinting, short distance effort, which is less than 10 km, and also swimming. And for carbohydrate loading technique, athletes practice a carbohydrate loading regimen by gradually tapering off rigorous training and emphasizing high carbohydrate meals a few days before or a few weeks before competition.